Hey y'all, this is Tay Rudy, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to get up here today and talk about mental illness in the black community. You know, I've been looking at a lot of things lately about the black community, especially with mental illness and the way that we deal with issues, especially young black boys. You know, I know living in America what type of country it is, especially towards blacks since we got here. You know, with police brutality, with stereotyping black people away from us with slavery. And, you know, it's just sad to say, especially over these last couple of years with all this stuff taking place, to see the way young black boys being. I was reading up online the other day, almost 85% of young black boys that are teenagers don't even have jobs. And I think though too, that's a lack of knowledge, and it comes from a lack of example. It does. You got so many young black boys, they think being successful comes with being a rapper, or they think being an athlete, or they think selling drugs. You have so many poor examples in front of them that that's all they see. And it's sad though too, inside of the black community. The black community don't teach young black boys that they should get jobs, they can go to school, and they should build their own businesses. Sorry for me doing that, but a bug is flying around me. But it's sad. And it's sad though too, living in a country that stereotype you into a thug, that stereotype you into something that's a false image, the way they've been portraying us since we got up over here. But we just gotta continue to be good examples to young black boys. We do. We gotta also though too show them how strong we are. We all gotta also too be good examples to them and show them that they're more than athletes, that they more than rappers, that they more than actresses, that they just more than entertainment. And of course, black people are naturally culture giants. Until God come back, we'll always be doing entertainment good. We'll always be making history. We'll always be culture giants. We'll always be the one to copy. A lot of people mimic blackness. They mimic the way that we look, dance, sing. They mimic everything about us. And sometimes I think that's where the intimidation come in with us. Black men and black women. They know we are powerful. They know that we real powerful together. In the words of Lil Baby, he said in his song. But we just got to get ourselves together. And we got to also, though, too, stick behind each other. I think we're learning a lot. I think in this new area of Black Lives Matter, especially George Floyd happening, I think we're learning how to stick together. Because black people for almost 300 plus years when we lived up on the plantation, we was always taught to steal, not steal, but to kill and hate and not support each other. And during that time, though, too, black men was forced to make black women have babies. They was raped, beat, and all type of things, and we were sold for almost 300 plus years. I think we're regaining ourselves, and I do think this generation is the generation of healing. I truly do think that. I know we shoot, I know we kill each other, I know we do a lot of things that a lot more races do. Some of the same things that we do in the African American community, the white community do though too. Only thing about it, white people hold power with jobs and position and up over America. And one thing though too with us, we gotta teach these kids to love themselves. The African American community is taught so much homophobe, and it's sad. Anytime somebody's gay, anytime somebody's feminine, or anytime somebody is just maybe confused with their sexuality at the time, which I don't agree with confused. You have a lot of people that are just open. We judgmental. And we gotta teach these kids to love themselves. Just because you're dark skinned, that don't mean you're ugly. We gotta teach them all shades look good. Light skin, dark skin, brown skin, all shades of blackness look good. We've been programmed because white men went across the world almost 400 years ago plus, and they colorized it until everything that was white was right and everything that was dark was bad. And it's sad to say a lot of those sick mentalities lays within white people, the way they treat people of color. It's sad to see the way Latinos get treated when they're in this country. Latinos come over here for a better life, and when you see them, they work, especially Mexicans. They grab whatever job they can. I don't never see them being lazy. Of course, you may see Mexicans, of course, with white women and black women they like. I mean, like a lot more men, but I don't see them coming over here starting trouble. I truly don't. And also, though, too, with the black community, we got to also, too, teach wealth. We do. We got to teach these young black kids about owning land and owning property and owning their own stores, grocery stores, own hairlines, everything. The more we teach them about wealth and things like that, the less they have to depend upon white people. White people have almost 400 plus years ahead of us, and they have 400 plus years ahead of us because of Their great-grandparents, their great-granddaddies went across the world colonizing it and beating and stealing and killing everybody. So they got ahead of us. And also though too in America, while we was busy fighting for our civil rights, while we had people like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and James Baldwin and a lot more civil rights leaders speaking out for us, white people was busy building their civil rights. That's why they have so much freedom. They do. That's why you see when white men shoot at cops and they kick them and hit them, they're able to get away with it. They already had things built out for them. They already had laws run out for them while we was fighting for them. And it is a such thing as white privilege. A lot of whites don't agree with that. White privilege don't mean that you don't struggle. You got millions and millions of poor white people in America. That is 125% true. But it is like this. They don't go through racism. They don't go through walking inside of a store being stereotyped. They don't go to going inside of a job and not getting a job off their skin color. They also, though, too, feel comfortable around cops. That's privilege. They also, too, get a chance to walk around their neighborhoods, their suburban neighborhoods that black people live in. Sometimes the cops are called up on them just because they trying to take a nice job. That's sad. And white privilege don't mean that you haven't had it hard. It just means by the color of your skin. You're not stereotyped out. Black people and people of color have been made into things that is not true, especially by the white media and white people. And another thing though too, black people, we need to be good examples in front of these kids with relationships. All that yelling, screaming, and cussing and hell raising. We got to get rid of that stuff, and we got to learn how to talk to these kids in a pleasant way. Like I say, a lot of things with us resort back to slavery. When these kids see us being aggressive, being colorism and hatred towards one another, they learn that stuff though too. We have to teach these kids to love themselves, love their skin tones, love the way they talk, love the way they speak. Like I say, black culture is the strongest culture. You have many of people, they don't care how dangerous it is being black, they still would die to have these skin tones and culture to them. And yes, you do. You still have a lot of whites teach their kids not to date blacks, which is sad. It truly is. But you also too got some that do teach their kids to love us. And you also too got some that don't care if their kids date us. They truly don't. We just got to get better, and we got to keep God inside of it. We truly do. And another thing though too, we got to let go of the past. A lot of y'all done been through things in your childhood. A lot of y'all done had bad relationships. And a lot of y'all done been bullied. You have. But you got to let some of that stuff go and let God deal with it. And you can get through it. I know some of y'all go through depression. I know some of y'all go into jobs that you don't like. Trust. But it's like this. A job is better than having no job. And that's something we need to remember. And when you go into these jobs, I know the manager be grouchy. I know the employees be getting up on your nerves. I know it be a bunch of drama. But when you go inside of that job, you stay to yourself sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with speaking. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Speak, talk, and get in your own little section. And it's like this though too, stability. You don't have to move from job to job or relationship to relationship. There's nothing wrong with being alone sometimes. Nothing wrong with that at all. And it's like this though too, while you're alone, heal yourself and you spend time with God. You do. And also though too, pray for God to heal you from that bad childhood or that bad relationship you was in or that insecurity in you. You have so many people with insecurity in the inside of them. And you got so many people holding on to things that happened years and years ago. But you gotta let that stuff go. And you gotta let go and forgive people. A lot of y'all done been hurt up over time. And you gotta also too view yourself right. I know a lot of y'all trying to lose weight. I can feel you. And a lot of y'all struggle with it a whole lot. I can feel you up on all of that. But you just gotta pray to God to help you with that though too. And stick to it. Find your own diet. Find your own meal plan. You can. You don't have to go by everybody else's plan the way that they lose weight. You truly don't. You go by your own. You do. And you'll get there. And also though too, you can't be like other people. I know you see a lot of people with a lot of things, especially up on social media. Just because they have it, that don't mean that you gotta have it. And there's nothing wrong with having what people got. If they got a nice car or a nice job, or maybe it's their relationship, or maybe it's a clothes they got or some shoes or something. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You just pray and you ask God for it. You don't have to hate or be jealous, and you don't have to have what everybody have. And when yours come, it will come. It will. Trust. No need to be jealous, miserable, and rushing it. That's why you see so many people get into bad relationships, or they go to bad jobs, or they get into bad situations because they rush it. They do. You don't have to rush anything with God. You don't. You pray about it, and you go after it. And it's like that when you get there, you get there. Like I say, you don't have to switch from relationship or job to job or car to car or this and that. You just gotta find yourself and you gotta heal, And you can control the way that you think. You can control the way that you talk, and you can control your attitude, and you can control the way that you eat. You can control your sexual desire. I know you got a lot of people weak to sex. You do, but you can control that. You just have to pray and ask God to get you there. I know you see a lot of fine people at your job, a lot of fine women and men, but just because you're looking at them, that don't mean you have to sleep with them. You don't. You can control anything with God's help. You can. Don't be weak to anything, and you can control the way that you eat. You can control the way you think of people, and you also too can control your attitude, the way that you treat people. You can. But I just wanted to get up here and talk about that, and go to the bottom of the little red button and subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Hit the little red button. Hit the little red button at the bottom that say subscribe. And I promise to give y'all a good video. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the little red button. Subscribe and comment and like. Y'all have a beautiful and blessed day, and I'm going to bring you more videos. I will. Thank you.